While the keyboard is still a worker's primary source of data input, the advent of graphic user interfaces has meant the computer mouse is almost equally as important. But, just as the modern-day keyboard is flawed, so too are mice, says Michael Craggs, the president and CEO of Saskatoon-based ErgoCanada.
The problem with a traditional mouse is that essentially you're having a static grip force. I mean, you can see this mouse is not designed for my hand in any way, shape, or form. My hand dwarfs this mouse. And that's the case for most people. Secondly, you've got a sort of an anticipation of the click, which can sort of result in your finger going up like this. This is an awkward posture to maintain as well. You've got the vertical scrolling action, which is a very awkward scrolling action for most people. And just the general placement of the mouse, where the mouse is located and so forth. There's a lot of static tension that builds up. Even when people aren't actually using their mouse, when they're not actively targeting or using it for anything, they'll still be maintaining all that grip force unnecessarily. And that's the reason why an ergonomic mouse will help reduce the risk of those things from arising. One of the more popular ergonomic alternatives out there on the market today is called the Hippus mouse or HandShoe mouse. And what it is, it's an ergonomically shaped three-dimensional contoured mouse that is designed to form-fit your hand. And what it does is it completely encapsulates my hand. You can see my thumb is resting here, my fifth finger is resting here, the base of my hand is resting on this lip at the back. As a consequence, when I move this mouse around, no portion of my hand is dragging on the surface. And it holds my hand in an orthopedically neutral, relaxed position. On a traditional mouse, your fingers are bent up like this, and when you click, you're doing this type of a movement. On this mouse, your fingers are relaxed and curled downward partially, so the clicking action is very minimal and there's no tendency to curl your fingers upward. So unlike most mice on the market, when your hand is on the mouse and you're not doing anything, it's just relaxed, which is the unique thing about this mouse. It actively prevents you from gripping the mouse. In fact, if you try and grip this mouse, your hand will slip right off of it. There's no way to actually grip it. Another common methodology is to take the traditional palm down positioning of a traditional mouse and rotate it 90 degrees, creating a vertical handshake mouse or handshake position. Anyone with tennis elbow is very familiar with the benefits of having a vertical posture as opposed to a palm down posture, as this relieves tension in the elbow. What this mouse allows is for your hand to come in at a vertical orientation and simply move the mouse as an extension of your hand. Unlike a traditional mouse, where when you move the mouse you tend to twist your wrist, here your hand is on the mouse and it moves as one complete movement. Another option that's recently on the market is the DXT Fingertip mouse. And it is a vertical design. What makes this mouse different, it simply captures the movements of your fingertips and provides you with full control of the mouse. It uses the micro muscles that you're familiar with using for writing and translates this to very precise movements on the screen. Another issue is the reach for the mouse. An alternative, if the keyboard cannot be replaced, is to get a central pointing device, such as the Mousetrapper Flexible. What this does is, as opposed to grabbing a mouse and moving it around, you simply put your finger on this surface, and this controls your cursor. You move the cursor up, you move the cursor down, you move it left, you move it right. To generate a click, you simply press down, and the whole surface is like a trampoline. Built into this is other features such as a vertical scroll by simply putting your finger on the right edge to get vertical scroll, and programmable buttons that do back, forward, cut, copy, and paste, and of course the standard left click, middle click, and right click.